There's a lot to pick apart in this multi-billion-dollar film series, but there's also plenty to love. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 redeeming qualities of the Transformers franchise. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at some of the high points and aspects of this oft-maligned film franchise. They may not be great films, but they're far more enjoyable than most people make them out to be. Number 10. The epic scale. The Transformers franchise clearly subscribes to the bigger is better philosophy. In each subsequent film, everything in the franchise gets bigger, from the roster of Autobots and Decepticons to the massive action set pieces and battles. Furthermore, for better or worse, they've gotten pretty creative with the lore. Honestly, we were not expecting to see an attempt at a complex backstory in which the Transformers play a part in human history. We're not necessarily saying it was successful, but it's an interesting change in the Transformers mythos nonetheless. At the end of each movie, we're left wondering what part of the universe the next film will take us to, and how they'll up the ante. Number 9. The soundtrack. Music lovers, you'd be remiss to dismiss the Transformers films based on their reputation alone, as they've featured some killer soundtracks. The movies use songs from talented musicians like Linkin Park, Smashing Pumpkins, Goo Goo Dolls, Green Day, The Fray, My Chemical Romance, Paramore, and Imagine Dragons, to name a few. If you're more interested in the score, Transformers has you covered too. The score's what brings out the most badass moments in the movies. We still can't get over that moment where Megatron asks, "Who would you be without me, Prime?" Time to find out.
Who would you be without me, Prime? Time to find out.
Number 8. They're fun to watch.
I am Megatron.
Movies can be true works of art, but the medium can also be used to create entertainment, pure and simple. Sometimes we're in the mood to watch something visually spectacular but mindlessly fun. Some nights, you just want to turn off your brain and munch on popcorn. And Transformers is the answer. It has giant robots that can transform into cool vehicles beating the crap out of each other. No deeper meaning, no big lessons. There's also some stuff about humanity and Cybertron, but you don't really need to pay much attention to the plot to enjoy these films. Mind-numbing isn't always a bad thing. Number 7. Exciting cinematography. Say what you will about Michael Bay, but he and his crew know how to deliver outstanding shots. You get breathtaking establishing shots, close-ups for maximum intensity, and tracking shots that make the action seem impossibly fluid. Think of all the times you've gone to see a blockbuster disaster flick or an action movie only to get lost amidst all the shaky camera work and frenetic shots. If nothing else, Bay & Company are confident in their creations, embracing slow motion to really let you soak it all in. When watching Transformers, even the most intense and hectic of moments is easy on the eyes. And in the action genre, that is saying a lot.
You defend my family. Or die.
Number 6. It pushes the limits of filmmaking technology.
In cinema, I'm always trying to push the boundaries, and it's really to give you the very best experience.
Want to know why the Transformers movies always look so crisp and highly detailed? Well, it's because Michael Bay and his crew consistently utilize some of the latest in filmmaking technology available. That's why they've been getting IMAX and IMAX 3D releases. A fascinating tidbit about this is that Bay didn't want to shoot in 3D to begin with, and it took some persuasion from James Cameron for him to try it out, and he was clearly pleased with the results.
This is IMAX camera. You know how big that is in IMAX?
Number 5. The first movie.
Can you talk?
We'll admit that the sequels could be better, a heck of a lot better, but we'll always have a sweet spot for the very first movie in the franchise. In comparison to the sequels, it's by far the most friendly to the average viewer, regardless of whether you personally value production quality or writing more highly. However, part of what makes the first movie so special is the fact that it was our first taste of live-action Transformers. Regardless of how you felt about the film as a whole, seeing these childhood favorite characters come to life in the real world was a nostalgic treat.
Sam Witwicky, you hold the key to Earth's survival.
Number 4. Optimus Prime is a badass. Bumblebee might be a fan favorite, but at the end of the day, Optimus is always number 1. He's an inspiring leader, but when the situation calls for it, he can also be downright savage, taking out enemies in some incredibly brutal and gruesome ways.
No, Optimus!
Even when you think he's down for the count, Optimus rises to the occasion and overcomes. He's managed to take on Grimlock, who's more than 3 times his size. He's kicked so much robo-ass across the various films that there are whole lists out there dedicated to his best moments. Maybe we need to do one of those.
Vivian! Get in here! Yes!
Number 3, the voice actors.
It's you and me, Megatron. No, it's just me, Prime.
When it comes to human characters, the franchise has always been sure to have at least a familiar face or two in the mix. However, it's the voice actors that bring the best out of the Transformers. And there are some big names attached. In addition to Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime, you might also recognize the voices of Jess Harnell, Tom Kenny, Grey DeLisle, John DiMaggio, Leonard Nimoy, Frank Welker, Charlie Adler, Steve Buscemi, and John Goodman. That's quite a list of voice talent, and they all give exceptional performances that help to really bring these CGI creations to life.
Ah! I'm out of ammo!
Number 2, exciting action scenes.
Thank God.
Action movies are supposed to be filled with, well, action. When it comes to Transformers, we want to see fights between our favorite characters, and plenty of it. We want to see the environment get decimated in the process too. We'll crack jokes about Michael Bay's strange obsession with explosions, but with an intellectual property like this, we'd honestly prefer that he go nuts. Though you might appreciate the humor in the characters, the action is what really keeps fans coming back. The fights are brutal, the explosions are gorgeous, and we simply cannot get enough of it. Number 1, CGI.
What are you, like an alien or something?
While Hollywood has a bit of a CGI problem, Transformers is one of those exceptions where more is better. We'll never forget the basic and colorful designs of the animated Transformers, but the live-action renditions succeed in making the Autobots and Decepticons look truly believable. You can see almost every moving part that makes up their anatomy. Additionally, the designs of each character help us easily identify who's who. And the animation itself? It's some of the best that cinema has to offer. Kudos to the animators and visual effects artists at Digital Domain and Industrial Light and Magic.
You got 20 seconds, Chief.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.